Hey, what's up? My first foreign movie review. How about that? This is my review of the latest Godzilla movie called Shin Godzilla. Yeah, and in Japanese, Shin means new or God, depending on what kind of kanji you use. And I'm just going to call this one the new Godzilla, because Shin can mean new, so it's new Godzilla. And so for this review, I'm just going to talk about what I like, what I didn't like, and whether or not I think this is going to be the start of a new franchise. Because the series is like 60 years old, so who knows. So let me start off negative this time. Change it up a bit. Let's talk about what I didn't like. And that is, if you're not, if you're a non-Japanese person trying to watch this movie and you don't have subtitles, you're lost. And I know some Japanese, I can speak Japanese, like day-to-day Japanese, and get around and things like that, but no, trying to learn like political Japanese, I don't know political Japanese, I don't know like a lot of the science stuff that they use in the movie. I definitely needed subtitles, and some people have a problem with subtitles. I personally don't. I prefer subtitles over dub for the most part. And so I think that could be kind of a negative for people who are against foreign movies for the fact that they don't like reading subtitles. But if you're not opposed to subtitles, it's definitely good that they have these subtitles and they really explain what's going on for those of us who aren't fluent in Japanese. Also, after a big start, it kind of drags at times, and so for some people it'd probably be like, oh, come on, let's get Godzilla back in this, let's get Godzilla back into this. But that's just personal preferences of whether or not you like something to be happening a lot of the time. Personally, I like the fact that he's not always there, but you feel his presence. You feel that he's always... his aura surrounds the movie, which is a big departure from the 2014 Godzilla movie that came from Legendary Pictures. That one, I was really disappointed with that movie. But that brings me to what I like. I like the fact that it starts out quick, but gives you not a lot. In a sense that you don't really see Godzilla for a while, or Gojira, let's call him by his Japanese name. So you don't see Gojira a lot in this movie. You just see this destruction at first. Unfortunately, when you first see him, this is another negative. When you first see him, your first reaction would be, "What the hell is that? That can't be Godzilla. That can't be Gojira. That can't, right? Right?" But what's good about it is that it allows Godzilla to change. Yes, this is a spoiler review. It's in the title, if you didn't know already. This movie's been out for a number of months, so... Anyways, this movie, it allows Godzilla to change. And the changes are kind of interesting, because you see him kind of like a worm at first. Like he's just, crawling through Shinagawa, through parts of Tokyo, and then in the middle of it, that's when he starts to change a little bit more, and you see him in different forms, and you see his final form at the end. Not to mention during some of his battles with the military. Shocker, a Godzilla movie that has the military attacking a giant monster. You see how that changes can be rather quick. There are a couple of moments where it seems like they have him on the ropes and then he just changes again. Not to mention, I liked his atomic breath. The way they did it was his mouth just opening up really wide, and at first it just looks like a giant flamethrower, but then it changes and it's like, oh crap, what the hell? And I like that. That was cool. Now, one of the things that was kind of, I guess, interesting for me, one of the things I really liked was the fact that it was focusing a lot on the human characters throughout a majority of the movie about what we're going to do about Gojira, what we're going to do. And they do this movie trope, and I kind of like it when it's done right, where actors will talk directly into the camera, kind of like how I'm doing now, and they'll talk to another character, like the Prime Minister. They'll say, "Mr. Prime Minister, this is what's going on, this is what's going on," and they talk directly into the camera. And it's almost like they're talking to you, the audience, because they give you options. You can do this, we can do that. Do you want to proceed with this, knowing that this could happen or this could happen? And it's kind of cool. Thankfully, it's used sparingly, and so that it gives you enough of it so that you like it, but not too much. It's like, okay, enough. And so it was done pretty well, and the human characters did a really good job. The actors did a really good job portraying these characters that are basically going through a natural disaster. There's a really good scene after a Gojira attack where this guy, he looks like he's in shock, and he's just walking through a crowd of people, and you just see the faces. There's nothing there. It's like he's going through the motions, and he just doesn't know what the hell he just saw. That's really cool. And how they try and take on Godzilla in this movie is pretty interesting, because of course they try with the military, but then they come up with other ideas. There's always that, okay, just in case this doesn't work, what about this? Let's try this. How are we going to do this? And of course they also have some help from Americans and other people. And of course when the Americans show up, they also speak English, and thankfully for the Japanese people, they have the subtitles for when English is spoken, which is pretty cool. And even some of the Japanese actors, they speak a little bit of English to try to communicate with their American allies. And so, all in all, I actually like this one. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not a giant Gojira fan or Godzilla fan. I've only seen like 3 of the Toho movies, and I've seen the 2 American Godzilla movies. The first one was okay, but if it wasn't named Godzilla, I think people would be a lot kinder to it. And the second one, it had some good stuff in it, but man, there were points where it just pissed me off. I could talk about it on another list, but at this one, like I said, you feel Godzilla's presence. You feel Godzilla is there. He's a constant threat, and so if you're a big fan of the Godzilla movies, I definitely would suggest getting this one on Blu-ray. Get the subtitle version. To me, I don't mind subtitles, and so I would recommend, if you don't mind subtitles, get the subtitle version of the movie. It's actually pretty entertaining, and it's a different type of Godzilla movie than what we've seen. And also, they actually do call him Godzilla and Gojira, which is pretty cool. It kind of gives American and Western audiences our name we call him, and the original name that the Japanese gave him. So that's what I think. This one was kind of all over the place, but I had to do this review. I liked it. What did you think? If you've seen it already, have you seen Shin Godzilla? I think it's going to be called Godzilla Resurgence when it has a limited release in the States. Have you seen it? Will you see it? And if you have seen it, what did you think about it? Let me know in the comments. And I've got one more video. Next video is going to be a gaming related video, which will hopefully come out tomorrow. And then I have a pretty personal video. So until then, take care.